Here we are at the end of June. That means it's time for the mid-year review. The mid-year review is a time to review your business, your career, and your life plan. And it's to help you identify any gaps and make necessary changes and adjustments and set up a plan for the rest of the year. In essence, it's mid-course corrections. Like with an airplane, if it's on a trip, it doesn't fly directly point A to point B. It'll get off course a little bit, and the pilot makes necessary adjustments to keep the plane on course. And that's what the mid-year review is for, is to put you back on course for the rest of the year. There's some key areas to look at when you're performing a business review. And the first one that you want to look at is review your top 3 to 5 objectives for the year. You shouldn't have more than 5 top objectives. And if you can get it closer to 3 and focus, it's easier to focus on 3. So look at those, make any adjustments that you need to make, and evaluate those. So the second one is analyze financial performance. Evaluate the financial performance of your business line. Look at revenue, expenses, profit margins, and cash flow. Compare the actual results against the results that you had set up in your plan. A good idea is to view your budget at this point in the year too. And assess your key metrics. Your key metrics are things that are important to you in measuring in your business. A lot of people refer to these as KPMs, key performance metrics. And they may include your sales figures, customer acquisition, and retention rates. It can look at sales figures. It can look at conversion rates, website traffic, production output, and other indicators that are specific to your business or your industry. Compare these and see where you're at compared to your targets. Assess your marketing and sales efforts. Evaluate the effectiveness of your marketing and sales strategies during the first half of the year. Review your marketing campaigns, your lead generation efforts, conversion rates, customer feedback, and the performance of different marketing channels that you have. Identify what's worked well and the areas that require improvement. And evaluate your operational efficiency. Assess the efficiency and productivity of your operations. Review key operational metrics such as production output, inventory management, customer satisfaction, and employee productivity. And identify the areas and processes that can be improved or streamlined for the next half of the year. Analyze customer feedback. Look at your customer surveys, look at your reviews, and determine if there's anything there, any trends that you see or suggestions that are common that might be a good idea to make improvements in the second half of the year. Conduct a market analysis. Assess the current market conditions. What's the economy look like? What are your industry trends? What's the competition? What's the landscape of that competition? And identify any opportunities or threats that can impact your business in the second half of the year. And make any adjustments that you need to make just to keep yourself on course. Adjust your goals and action plans based on the mid-year review findings. Revise and adjust the annual objectives and your action plans. Set new targets for the remainder of the year and consider insights gained from your review. Take a close look at your review and set and adjust the objectives. And really importantly, communicate your findings. Communicate your findings to your key stakeholders. Communicate your findings to senior management, department heads, and team members. And make sure to frequently communicate, because you might think, okay, I communicated that, but it takes at least 5 to 7 times before the team totally understands the communication. And you want to use different forms of communication as well, that being written and verbal. So, and review any other pertinent areas that you would review in a mid-year review or quarterly review. You should also take this time to review your life plan. When you're looking at your life plan, I recommend looking at 6 key areas, and that includes your faith, family, fitness, finances, friends, and fun. The first thing to do is schedule a time in your calendar to do this life plan review. I'd give yourself at least a couple hours to do this. Then what you want to do is review any life changes that you may have had. Do you have life changes that have occurred since the last quarter? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, that things are going really well, look at each of those 6 categories and rate them. And go through your plan and rate the items that you have in your plan as well. And then what adjustments do you want to make? After you've gone through and rated each of your categories, how do you get them closer to a 10? Then take action and make the adjustments. It's really important here too that you communicate these changes to your spouse or your significant other, anybody that those changes are going to impact. And share your findings with somebody who can hold you accountable, such as a coach, and walk through those adjustments that you've made in your business plan and your life plan. Thanks for watching, and be audacious. You can contact me at jeff@coachjeff.me.